Hey y'all, welcome to another edition of Mr. J's Geek Corner, place where we talk about everything that is geek, movies, TV, comics, and video games. And this week I wanted to discuss something I've always thought for years. Why is it Marvel can make exciting movies, but their comics are boring? Now, I don't know if any of y'all think the same way, but I thought this for years. I mean, they can make they have like all these different characters and everything, they make exciting movies. I mean, I loved Fantastic Four. I love both of those movies. You know, some folks don't like them, and I did a video before about some of my favorite comic movies don't get much appreciation, and I believe that's one of them, or two of them rather. Both one and two are very underappreciated, especially two. But I said I love those movies, but I love the Spider-Man movies, all of them, and including this new Amazing Spider-Man series that they're doing. Spider-Man movie series. As a matter of fact, you could definitely say that it goes beyond even the movies, even the comic, even the cartoon series are awesome. I mean, like the Spider-Man cartoon and the X-Men and Fantastic Four and Iron Man series, animated series from the '90s. They were all great, and Spectacular Spider-Man was a good series, and even Ultimate Spider-Man, which I haven't seen. It looks pretty good. It looks right good. And even the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero series that they recently canceled, it was right good. And like I said, they can make great movies. I said the X-Men series was good. All except for things I have wrong with 3. I said the X-Men First Class was awesome. The Ghost Rider's awesome. I said almost any movie you make out of a Marvel character is really exciting. It's awesome, action packed. But when you pick up, and this is just me, when you pick up a Marvel comic book, they're boring. I mean, I love the Marvel movies. They're exciting. They're action packed. They're great. But the Marvel comics have always been boring to me. I mean, except for a handful of books like the Hulk books, like where the Red Hulk debuted and everything, that was an awesome story. But the end of World War Hulk, where Green Hulk and where Hulk and Red Hulk finally had their final battle to prove who's the best Hulk of them all, that was a great story. And I said World War Hulk was a good story and all that. And the first appearance of Venom back in the 80s, that was a good story. Carnage was. But ones like Fantastic Four and X-Men and the comics are dull. I mean, they're supposed to be. I mean, they dubbed Fantastic Four the world's greatest comic magazine. It's not, to me. I mean, I open up a cover and I'm almost yawning the minute I pick it up. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I didn't say the story's terrible. I just say it's just boring. I ain't saying it's terrible storytelling because I can't make it through the story because it's so boring. Even Spider-Man's the same way. Ultimate Spider-Man in the beginning, leading into the main villain fight. I mean, some of that story was necessary, but a lot of it was just dull. I mean, you don't need that much setup to the first villain. All right. I mean, the whole thing with the Ultimate Venom story. I know I have preference. Certain characters like Venom. They're good. I mean, that whole story to me it was necessary. I mean, you're seeing him discovering an old colleague, the son of an old colleague, and discovering this thing that their dads were working on. He dons it as he gets a little bit of it on him and becomes a new suit, a new Spider-Man suit, and he gives him all these powers, but it turns to find out it's dangerous. I mean, all that setup is necessary, but the setup in the very first Element Spider-Man story, that a lot of that was not necessary. A lot of it was extremely not necessary. I mean, used to they could tell something like that in one issue, but now they had that in one issue. But now you have. I mean, I've got that entire collection. I think it spans like 6 or 7 books. I think I'm not sure. But I mean, I've read 6-issue origin stories before. I've even read 12-issue ones like DC's Superman Birthright, which is a masterpiece to me. But a lot of that was necessary. A lot of that was necessary storytelling, but there's a lot that was in that was not exactly, to me, almost like filler. I mean, it's not necessary. I mean, and it just drags the story down and makes it dull and boring. I mean, I'm sitting here wearing a shirt of probably one of the best movies last year, The Avengers, but I can't pick up a comic book and read an issue of Avengers and read it without getting bored by it. And I don't know why that is, but to me, the comics are more boring than the movies are. The comic books are boring, but the movies are exciting. The movies are great. But the comics, for some reason, are dull, and for some reason they need to change that. They really do. I mean, I just can't. I'm not much of an X-Men fan anyway, or Fantastic Four fan anyway, but what attracts me to the movies because I know they're going to be good. About 9 times out of 10, almost 10 out of 10, the movies are going to end up being better than the comic books. And in the case of Fantastic Four and X-Men, and of course nowadays even what they're doing in the Marvel Comics is Spider-Man and Ghost Rider and a lot of other Marvel characters, the movies are going to be even greater than comics. Even if it ain't something I read, I know what attracts me to it is the movies, and knowing they're going to put their heart into making a good movie. Now, of course, you have some of your Marvel flubs like, dare I sum it up in 3 words, Howard the Duck. In that case, that's something that shouldn't have been done on paper or on film. So there you go. So there's some that is just one could be just as boring as the other. But in terms of Marvel movies, I can't wait. In terms of Marvel movies, I've read a few Iron Man, which are good, but I can't wait for Iron Man 3 to come out this year. I can't wait for Thor 2 to come out this year. I can't wait for those 2, and I know they're going to be spectacular. Because I know they're going to put all their effort into it to make it something truly awesome. So I can't wait for that. Well, I guess that's it for this week's Mr. J's Geek Corner. Have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any suggestions of stuff you'd like to hear me talk about, I'm definitely open to suggestions. And I would love to hear every single one of them. And I'll see y'all next time.